Hello viewers, welcome to brand new episode of Campus Eye. I am Aniket. Let's have a look at this week's news. Huli Vesha, book written by Dr. Shifali Shetty, was released on 18th October under St. Aloysius Prakashana. The book delves into the origin and performance of a unique dance form indigenous to the coastal Karnataka region, known as Tiger Dance or Pili Vesha in the local Tulu language. Dr. N. Damodara Shetty, a distinguished writer and former professor of Kannada at St. Aloysius College Autonomous, unveiled the book. Dr. B. Shivaram Shetty, former professor of Kannada at Mangalore University, spoke about the content of the book. He pointed out the various topics the author has dealt with in the book. Reverend Dr. Praveen Martis S.J., the principal of St. Aloysius College, congratulated the author and also said that this is an opportunity for all staff to continue the tradition of writing in the college. A senior Pili Vesha artist, Mr. Kadri Gangadhara Devadiga, Santu, Ramesh and Mr. Mohammad Asif were felicitated during the occasion. Dr. Vidya Vinuta dsouza, the director of St. Aloysius Prakashana, thanked the gathering.
During the festivals in this part of Karnataka, many people, the artists who dance the tiger dance, paint their bodies as tigers and go from home to home, streets and some major places and perform the tiger dance. The book is written by Dr. Chandrasekhar Shetty, who is the head of the department of PG Physics Department, who has put together, visited the field, met the artist of tiger dance and tried to put together the information and various types of and aspects of tiger dance, talking to the people who are practitioners of this particular folk art.
In commemoration of World Food Day, the Department of BVOC, in association with St. Aloysius College, organized food festival Ruchi on October 18th at Mother Teresa Peace Park. Interesting and delicious food was prepared by BVOC students following organic and hygienic methods. Dr. Praveen Martis S.J., Principal, along with Mr. Chetan Shettigar, Dean of BVOC, Mr. Dilson D'Souza, Ms. Albi Thomas, Ms. Aldri Nam, Staff Convener, G. Raviram Prabhu, Nivedita, M. Malya, Sanjana H.K., Student Convener was present.
So the event included the products made by students of BVOC Food Processing and Engineering, and the branding was made by Animation and Multimedia Department of BVOC. The food were pickles, there were puddings and cakes and many more. The food was prepared by using organic and hygienic method in our own food processing lab by the students. It was the part of the syllabus as well as the exposure for other students to get into the world of commercial as well as food products.
Department of Postgraduate Studies and Research in Corporate Psychology organized internal research mobilization series, The Complex Nuances of Thrilling in Corporate HR, on October 18th at the LCRI Hall. Ryan Lobo, CEO of The Influencer, was the resource person for this event. He explained how to face problems and taught them how to make plans and set goals for future. Reverend Dr. Praveen Martis S.J., Principal of St. Aloysius College, along with Dr. Lovina Lobo, Director of Maffei Block, P.P. Sajumon, Dean and Dr. Shalini Ayappa, HOD of PG Studies and Research in Corporate Psychology, were present.
Around 200 students from BBA, BCom and BA departments participated in the session, and two of our PG students of corporate psychology shared their learning experiences as students of the department. So this benefited the students to gain insight about HR field and to take up their career as an HR professional.
Department of Postgraduate Studies and Research in Social Work organized internal research mobilization series on environment, A Cry for Survival, on 20th October. Dr. Gerald De Silva, Assistant Professor, Department of Postgraduate Studies and Research in Social Work, was the resource person for this event. Dr. Gerald De Silva explained the importance of environment in our lives and also taught students how to save environment by suggesting some measures in daily lives. Reverend Dr. Praveen Martis SJ, Principal of the College, Dr. Shweta Raskina, HOD, MSW Faculty Coordinator, and Dr. Lovina Lobo, Director of Maffei Block were present.
Internal Resource Mobilization Series is an initiative created by the college to mobilize resources from the PG departments of our college to the UG department so that students are sensitized about the PG departments which are giving education in different disciplines in our college. I was selected as a resource person to address the students from UG on a topic called Environment Cry for Survival. I chose this topic because we find nowadays there is a hue and cry on saving environment, and earth critically needs human help because the exploitation, the devastation taking place in terms of environment is irreparable.
In the heart of the bustling city, there is a hidden gem that has stood the test of time. Gem & Co. Pen Shop for 100 years. This quaint store has been a beacon for pen enthusiasts, collectors, and connoisseurs alike. Let's explore the love for the fountain pen.
Standing tall and unshaken since 1928, Gem & Co. is one of the oldest pen shops in India. It was started by N.C. Kunnan and Venkatarangam Shetty in the late 1920s with an idea to do something different. The duo chose the fountain pens as their product, as during that time these pens used to be imported from abroad. This worked well and they started importing pens from the US to India. With time, their sons took over the shop, and in the year 1985, the legendary Gem & Co. was finally passed down to the current owner Pratap Kumar, grandchild of N.C. Kunnan.
We deal only with pens, and Gamma Pens is our brand, and we deal only with fountain pens, nothing else. We don't deal anything else, only fountain pens and ball pens, writing instruments. Because fountain pens has got a beautiful writing pleasure, it's very economical, it's eco-friendly.
Gem & Co. is a heritage in itself. It still has decades-old furniture. There is a huge model of a fountain pen hanging on top. There is a workshop too, where they keep the original tools that were used for the restoration earlier. Gem & Co. has been in the business of making, selling and repairing pens for more than 100 years now. You will find pens from every possible brand stacked neatly on rosewood glass shelves. Made of ebonite and handcrafted as per customers' wishes, these Gamma pens are gorgeous.
நான் மோர் தென் ஒரு 25 இயர்ஸாக நான் இங்கேருந்து ரிப்பேரிங் ஸ்பெஷலாக வந்து பார்த்திங்கன்னா வந்து ஹீரோ பென் யூரோப்பியன் ரிப்பேரிங் நிப்பு எல்லாம் ரீப்ளேஸ்மெண்ட்டு எல்லாமே வந்தீங்கன்னா ஒரு 25 இயர்ஸாக நான் வந்து பண்ணிகிட்ருக்கேன். இந்த சர்வீஸ் வந்தீங்கன்னா நல்ல சர்வீஸு, ப்ளஸ் அவங்க இந்த இடத்துலேயே அவங்க வந்து மோர் தென் 100 இயர்ஸாக அவங்க வந்து சர்வீஸ் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கிறாங்க. அவங்க பழமை மாறாமல் யூஸ் பண்ணிகிட்ருக்குறாங்க. அது இஸ் அ கிரேட். ஏன்னா 100 வருஷம் இதே மெயின்டைன் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்காங்கன்னா அது பெரிய விஷயம்.
Gem and Co is inked heaven for all those who love fountain pens. They have customers from all over India and even from other countries. Many consulates like Singaporean, Korean and Japanese have got the names of their consulates engraved on the Gamma fountain pens. The late Karunanidhi was also one of their customers, while his son M.K. Stalin, the current CM of Tamil Nadu, uses the same fountain pen. Cathrine Prisilda for Campus Eye.
The Supreme Court's denial of the same-sex marriage rights has sparked a nationwide conversation. We took to the streets to gauge public opinions on this issue. In a series of candid interviews, citizens expressed a range of views, from disappointment in the decision to support for traditional marriage values. Let's hear the diverse voices of our community and the impact this ruling may have on the future of LGBTQ+ rights.
So the Supreme Court, which they gave the verdict on like few days back ago about the same-sex marriage, whether they have left it to the Parliament, I don't think so that they will work good on it, because Parliament, it's obviously it's the play of what we can say. They'll take this as their main agenda for the elections. So they have done some other, what to say, I can say it as they could have implemented, they could have brought up more panel discussions on these related issues, where same-sex marriage is not this thing which have like come from the past, this thing, but it's a new thing that people have bought it by their own mindsets.
The same-sex marriage got legalized. I'm in favor of that, because actually the Supreme Court itself says that biological gender is not absolute, because the Supreme Court says that there is no concept, there is no serious concept of a man or a woman. It is not an absolute concept. So we will get a global acceptance, and it will provide more benefits to the LGBTQ community. So I'm in favor of legalizing the same-sex marriage.
In my opinion, I don't think they will introduce the bill, because this government leans a lot towards the right. I don't think even the opposition, if the opposition comes to power next year, I don't think even they will introduce a bill on same-sex marriage, because that's not what the majority wants. The majority in our country is thinks very conservatively. So yeah. My opinion to this is, look, I don't care what people do. I don't care what people do with their lives. It's their choice. This country is new to public display of homosexuality. And I feel we need to take it slow in a country like India. USA and other European countries, I mean, like you see what's happening in Europe. It's like what's happening with the LGBTQ community in Europe. It's going out of hand. Okay, initially it started off well. It spread awareness about homosexuals, transgenders, other genders, etc. But now it's going out of hand. So in India, we need to go slowly. We need to take it slowly. Yes, we need to accept homosexuals. They are human beings as well. We need to accept transgenders. But we need to not take it fast. We need to go slowly, step by step.
I would speak about the religious beliefs. So many religions, they have already embraced this same-sex marriage, but many of the religions, they have opposed it. According to the Christian beliefs, that we should have two pair, that should be a man and a woman who should get married, and not man and man. So according to the Christian beliefs, we don't accept this one, and we don't support homosexuality also.
I think it is a right decision, and as a citizen of this country and as a law-abiding citizen of this proud country, I wholeheartedly welcome this decision. Marriage is a union between a male and a female, and heterosexual marriage always provides complementarity for both the male and the female. And it is because of the heterosexual marriages that we have family, which ultimately becomes a unit of the society. And in this heterosexual marriage, the purpose of this marriage is the good of the spouses, the procreation, and also the upbringing of the children. And this heterosexual marriage is in consistency with moral law, and also it is rooted in natural law. When you see the union of same sex, it goes against the natural law, and again it is not in consistency with the moral law. There is no procreation, there is no upbringing of the children, and I strongly believe the verdict of the Supreme Court is right. When we say what is a natural law is the unchanging principles, the moral principles which guide our human conduct. Fulton J. says moral principles are unchanging. They do not change as per the majority vote. They are wrong even if everybody is wrong, and they are right if no one is right. So moral principles remain unchanging. So that is my take on it. Having said that, I strongly believe that we need to recognize the human dignity of every person, and especially the LGBTQ community, and also we need to respect them. That respect does not justify the legitimization of the same-sex unions.
Okay, so the Supreme Court verdict on same-sex marriage is actually, from a legal point of view, it's a good idea because it is in line with the fundamental right of freedom of liberty, speech, and freedom of life. But from an ethical and cultural point of view, the thing is that some religious beliefs are against the same-sex marriage. So my opinion is that those who have been supporting the same-sex marriage, they have to keep in mind that there are many people who will follow their path of same-sex marriage. And later on, at some point of time, the leaders should not divert from this topic and move forwards the ordinary marriage provisions. The thing is that the followers will lose their path. Followers will lose their path in that way, because this has happened earlier in the 1970s and 80s during the Naxalite movement and all those things. The same thing happened. But in order to avoid the repetition of history, my suggestion is that those who are willing to follow the same-sex marriage should go ahead with that at any cost.
So my opinion is the government or the court should provide a judgment of same-sex marriage, because India is a democratic country, and it has and people of the Indian people are they have a freedom to live as and how they want, and the person or an individual has to have a right to choose their own partner. So I guess the court should pass a judgment or give a permission for that.
So my opinion about same-sex marriage is, as a person who is supporting LGBT community, and also I'm a pure ally who supports like LGBT communities, I'm like I have the interest of why should they marry, like why a boy or girl, why boy or boy, not a boy or not a girl or girl. So they also have desires. No, not everyone, like they have the rights to, each individual have the rights to love anyone in the world. It's not written like a boy or girl. It's not fixed like that. So according to me, they have desires and they have the right to live together, and nobody else can interrupt into that. And my opinion is that it should be like legalized in many countries other than, also in India also now we can see many are living together, and it's not like any disabilities or something. It is in their inborn ability, so we cannot just ignore them. So in my opinion, same-sex marriage should be legalized, and everyone should support it.
My opinion about same-sex marriage is like 4, because they both are educated and they know what to do, and it is their opinion and they have their own choice. So if they are wishing, they both can marriage, like not only for opposite gender, for same-sex marriage also it's okay. I am for this opinion. Like some may be against for it, but for me it is for the opinion. Like they all have their own choices. Everybody have their own choices. Nobody can come into their life and they can't like they can't come into their life and they can't tell you can't marry like same sex people or some same gender. So they can marry anyone if they are willing to and whom they want like their life partners.
While some argue for upholding traditional values, others emphasize the importance of equal rights. The conclusion is clear. This debate is far from over. The diverse opinions expressed underscore the importance of this issue. As a society evolves, the ongoing discourse reflects the dynamic nature of our democracy, ensuring that this issue remains at the forefront of public consciousness and legislative action. Melanie with camera person Franclin, Team Campus Eye.
That's all for this week's Campus Eye. Thank you for watching. See you next week. Until then, stay tuned.